Hello guys, in today's video I'm going to introduce you to the Photoshop interface. Alright, so when you open Photoshop, the software, this is the interface you are going to be introduced with. So first off, when you look at your left side, we have create new and you have open. Alright, so with the create new, it's used to create a new project, and then the open is used to open an already existing project. Alright, so if I want to create a new project, I click on create new, and then this dialog box appears. So from this dialog box, when you look at the top, we have sizes which has been saved. When you come to the photo part, we have sizes for this 3x2, 6x4, 7x5. And you come to the print side, we have that's where you have the A4, A5, and those kind of. And then when we come to the art and illustration, we also have 1000 by 1000 pixels, 2000 by 2000 pixels. Okay, so with this part, if I want to create a new project, I can select 1000 by 1000 or 2000 by 2000. And then when you look at the right side of this dialog box, it says preset details, right? And then we have the size 2000 by 2000. You can customize it by saying, okay, the width should be 2000 and the height should be 1000. You can customize it. And then the resolution in a way, in a layman's term, is like the quality of your work, whether I want it to look sharp or it should look fake or in quality, like low quality. That's the quality of the work. So if I set it to 300, the quality will be high, but if I set it to 72, then the quality will be low. So the 72 is mostly for maybe for printing, maybe black and white printing. 72 pixels, 72 dpi is okay, but for screen we use 300. And then the color mode, because if you are doing it for screen, you use RGB, and then if you are doing it for print, you use the CMY key. Okay, when it comes to the background content, this background content is the background of the canvas you are going to create. So it's always set to white, and I would like you to maintain it white. So when you set it to white, and then this part you leave it. So in the simple way is when you click on this, you can click on create, or you can double click on it, the size you want, and then it will open. So when I double click on this, it is going to open my Photoshop with the canvas here, 2000 by 2000. This is how it looks. Now for most of you, when you open a new project, this is not the interface you're going to be introduced. This is not the arrangement you're going to see. Let me show you something. Let me reset it to what you see. Alright, so this is what you're going to see. So you can choose to arrange it anyhow you want it. Okay, so this is how we arrange, or this is how you can arrange it. So what we come to this part, you see this lane, you come to the lane, then the word lane, right click on it and close, because you don't need it. You see these libraries, right click on it and click on close, you don't need it. So those of you using laptops, you have to close those ones so that you get much space here on your screen. Okay, and then this color here, you will not be using it most of the time, depending on what you are doing, but you will not be using it most of the time. So you can bring it here. You see that when I hover over here, there is a blue. As I drag it, and when I get here, there is a blue here, a blue highlight here. So when I drop it, it means that's where the color is going to be. So anytime I need color, I just have to click color, and then this pops up. Okay, then when it comes to the pattern, you can also move it there right under it. You can bring the gradient to right under it, so you can arrange it however you want it. So depending on the size of your screen, you can arrange it anyhow you want it. And the way you arrange it, you make sure that you keep using it consistently so that you get used to. So it will get to a time when everything that you are looking for becomes easier and faster for you to find. So you arrange the way that will make things easier for you. So if your laptop is small, you can put your properties at the top here, and then there is also another panel. These things we call them panel. So there's another panel that you can add. That panel is used to edit text. So you go to Windows, and then you come to character. So the moment I click character, that panel is this. This panel is used to edit your text. Okay, so I'm going to bring that panel to here. So now I have my swatches, I have my properties, I have my character, and I have my paragraph. So the swatches keeps the recent colors that you use. The properties is the properties of the elements you have selected on your canvas, and then the character is the properties of the text you have selected on your canvas, and then the paragraph is the property of the paragraph of the current text you have selected. So that is how it works. Now below here we have layers. Layers here are the list of elements on your canvas. Okay, so anytime you put something here, Photoshop keep a list of it here. So let me give you an example. I pick my rectangle here and then I draw it. Right, I draw a rectangle. When you come to the layers part, you realize that there has been a rectangle 1 here. If I draw another rectangle here, you realize that there's rectangle 2 at the top here. That is what layers is all about. It's a list of all the elements on your canvas. So you can select them here, or you can click to select them here. Okay, when you come to the far right, we also have your tools. All right, the tools that you'll be using. We have the move tool, which you'll be using most of the time. The move tool is used to select and move. Used to select and move. So I can select this object, I can select this object, and then I can move it using the move tool. Okay. Then one thing that you'll be using most too is the crop tool here. You can crop your canvas again. So maybe I don't want the canvas to be a square, and then you come to the ratio and select the size that you want, and then you click OK. So you have the size changed. And then another tool you'll be using the most tool is your brush. So with your brush, before you can use the brush, you need to create a layer, a new empty layer. So to create a new empty layer, come to the layers panel. At the bottom, you are going to see a square with a plus in it. A square with a plus in it. Click on it, and then you get a new layer. So it is called layer 1. It is empty. So with a brush, I can draw. All right. So like this, you see, I can draw whatever I want over here. That is the brush. Then we also have the pen tool, which you'll be using to the pen tool is used to draw, and it's used to select and used to create path. You draw, it's used to draw, also used to select, and it's also used to create path. So what I've created here is a path. I can convert this into a shape by clicking on this. Then I have a shape. You see how it works. That is how the pen tool also works. So now we also have right under the pen tool the type tool, which we can use to enter type on our work. So you just select and type. Okay, when I click OK, you cannot move this text while you have selected the text. Okay, so, the type tool. So you have to select the move tool before you can move the text. Okay, like this. Alright, before you can move the text like this. And then right below that tool, we also have the rectangle or the shape tool. So the rectangle tool, when you select it, that's what we are able to draw our rectangles. Okay, and then we also have the hand. The hand tool is used to move. You see, when I zoom in like this, and then I want to move to the right, I want to move to the left too. This is how the hand works. And then the shortcut for the hand is you hold your space bar, it turns to the hand, and you are able to move around. Okay, all these tools have their shortcuts and what they do. So the simple way to learn them is hover over the tool, and then Photoshop has an inbuilt GIF that educates you on how it works. So when I hover over the move tool, this short GIF comes which says move to shortcut V, moves a selection or a layer, showing you how it works. When I come below it, we have the marquee tool, which also shows us how the marquee selection works. Okay, so you hover over it, you look at it, and then you're able to know, okay, this is what it does. All right, good. So that brings us to the end of the first part of this video. We'll continue in the next video.